Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 60 and today I am determined to have a positive episode. Okay, I'm determined. The past two episodes have gone horribly wrong. Everything has broken. I mean, the previous episode I actually thought I was going to set fire to my computer at some points because these guys right here, oh my word. It was absolutely painful, but thankfully, as you can see, they are now diamonds. We have got 2 diamonds replicating this area of the base, and that's exactly how we want them, because that means all 8 of the villagers are nicely separated, which means they all have an equal chance of getting potatoes and carrots. I think that's how it works, and the same thing goes for these guys, but sadly, this half of the farm is still empty. So to start things off today, you guessed it, we have got to fill in that half. Now hopefully, it goes really smoothly and doesn't take long at all. Fingers crossed. I mean, seriously, if I crossed my fingers anymore, they would snap in half and actually fall off my hat. Things haven't exactly got off to a very smooth start, in that my villager seems to have not liked the minecart rail. And more importantly, I've just found out that we only have 16 villagers left in the system, which means that if any of these things die, we're going to have to get them from somewhere else. Things are going pretty well. The way that I'm actually doing this is I'm transporting them into the Nether hub area, so actually where the Nether hub is in my base, and then I'm going to hold them all up there, and then once I've got all 8 villagers, I'm then going to transport those guys up off into the villager breeder, so kind of do it in 2 stages as opposed to one long trip. It seems to be less dangerous that way. I don't really know why. I really should bring some form of bow to these sorts of things. Oh, this guy, he's one of the last ones. I think this is the 7th villager to go through. We have 1 more left, and yeah, I'm gonna go pick up a bow. So here he is. Last guy has just come through the Nether portal. Now that has actually been quite a big success. We didn't lose any villagers in the process, and we now have all of them. And that guy's actually a farmer. I can't remember if those are good deals or not. Not 100% certain anyway. We have got all 8 right here. Now I just have to push them across the room. Try not to get them on this little minecart rail here. Push them across the room and get them up into the villager breeder in that precise order that you saw earlier on. This is finicky business. Now the one thing that we are going to have to do is A, get ourselves some more snowballs, and B, get even more snowballs because we stole these current snowballs from the gold farm. So we're going to have to refill that back in. Otherwise, Iskal's going to be a little bit upset. But you get down in there. Okay, that's good. 2 in place, 6 to go. So this guy needs to fall in next to this dude, which we can just about do there. Okay, so that's all good. And then we have 1 single villager in this one, which this guy needs to go into as well. And we are almost in. Go on, just drop, and please just make a diamond straight away. I don't want to faff around with the snowballs. That looks good. That's looking good. That's looking good. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so we have got 3/4 of this thing done. We've got 1 more to do. This one right here. We need to get 8 more villagers from the base, and then 8 of them up through here and up into the top. I think we should do it in the form of a time-lapse. So in today's tiny time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about 2 things very quickly. Number 1 is my cat Benji. As you guys know, my cat Benji has been a little bit rough around the edges lately. He's had some things going on. So first off, he bit through his lip, and he had to have a facelift, and he had to have things pulled back and everything. The stitches have now been removed from the back of his head, which is good. He still has his collar on, like the cone of shame, essentially. But he's doing better, and he's definitely improving. The other thing that he has, which I actually don't know if I've mentioned yet, is he basically had this thing where his skin would just suddenly blister up. And it would blister up all around his throat and all around the top of his ears, which was like a really big deal because it would suddenly happen overnight and then it'd be really unwell and it would all be sore, and obviously he'd scratch it because he's a cat, that's what cats do, and that would like completely like tear all his skin off. And they've discovered that it's not bacterial and it's not viral, so it must be an allergy. So Benji basically is severely allergic to something. We just don't know what that is, but that's why he's on the steroids, and he seems to have like kicked the blistering around his ears and his neck at the minute. So we're just trying to work out what on earth is causing that to happen to him. But as far as our updates are concerned, everything is good. Still having to keep him indoors for the next couple of weeks, but he's doing fine, doing well. He's not going to die, which is, I know some of you have been concerned about that, so that's all good. The next thing that I just want to tell you about is the posters, the Mumbo bundle, you know, the plushie, the posters, and also the t-shirt as well. That bundle that went on sale ages ago, fully pre-ordered, everything went really well there. Unfortunately, there was a delay in the shipment of the posters. They only arrived last week, and I've been signing through all of them. I'll put some pictures on the screen right now. I've been signing through all of them, and I should be shipping the posters back to the distribution company over the next couple of days, and all of those bundles will be going out, so you will be getting them very shortly. I apologize for like the sort of half-month delay there. That's not the best, so I hope you accept the apology, and I hope you're looking forward to them. Well, that went about as smoothly as possible. That was fantastic. Nothing went wrong. All of the villagers behaved correctly. Most of them just ran into the Nether portal and went straight through into this area. I mean, seriously, it couldn't have gone better. It could not have gone better. I'm chuffed to bits. Okay, so that has gone perfectly. We now have all of the villages in place. Now what we have to do is actually finish up this thing. We have to do a little bit of piston action and push in a few blocks and just make it better. Make it actually functional. I was just having a look around the bottom, checking out all of the slab locations, making sure that everything was okay, and this one is wrong. Is this going to cause a problem? No! No! Nick, it couldn't go easy, could it? It couldn't go easy. That slab needs to go there. We couldn't have pushed it with a piston because it was in the wrong spot. It was there. We're gonna have to push that in with a piston. So I think it goes without saying that I do believe we have just broken the second half of the villager breeder, which means we're going to have to take out all of those villagers and put them back in again. Which is great. That's just great. Please, just please go into the diamond. This makes me sad. This makes me sad. That is one. One of them is back and done. Now it's time for the second one. Let's drop them out the bottom too. And for the second time in this episode, and I think probably about the 10th time in total over the past couple days, the final villager has just been pushed in, and there are the rotating heads of the villagers. And when this guy looks down, we should get ourselves a nice little diamond in the center right there. He's being very stubborn, but we should get one. So there we go. Right, now let's actually fix this thing up. Now I've watched this part of ZF's tutorial about 10 times, and I think it's good to go. So all we need to do is extend down these pistons. That will push those down, and then we need to extend them downwards again, and that will push that block of glass down onto our villagers. So here goes. Okay, good stuff. Let's break that. And then we need to place in some temporary blocks. So that's just those little fellas. And then the redstone block once again. Oh! And that should be that. So we should have a nice flat area. We've got our villagers down there. Very good, very good. Very good. Okay, now I have to repeat that for the entire thing, I'm assuming. There's no tutorial for this, like, quad unit, so I'm playing it a little bit by ear here. I have got to be so careful in this bit to not take out these, because if I do, well, you know what happens. All of the villagers fall through the bottom, and I have to start again. Okay, very good. Oh, my heart is in my mouth. So I've just popped up to the top of the AFK session because unfortunately I've got to take my cat back to the vet once again, so I'm going to go AFK overnight. But I think I might have discovered what knocked me off. Look, this guy right here, if he gets any higher up, if he stands on any of these blocks, he will be able to hit me. So I am going to create a bit of a platform up here. I'm going to place down a chest where I can actually store my items. That's pretty important, and I'm also going to add some edges to this thing so that I can't actually be shot off the edge. Okay, I will see you in about 24 hours. And as per usual, we totally failed. When am I going to get a good AFK session? All I want is a decent number of items. That's all I ask for. So the final thing that we need for this system is actually this guy right here. We need this setup. This is actually the village with the doors and everything like that. And because we have no villagers left in the trading hall, we're actually going to be taking this guy, and we're going to be moving him off into the new villager trading halls that I have over at my base, which means that this place right here, which never really got used on the Hermitcraft server, is now fully decommissioned. Wells Knight, if you're watching this, you can do whatever you want with this. I know, I know you never really liked this build, so feel free to take it down, rebuild it, do whatever you really fancy. Honestly, I can't tell if this is stupid or not. Good! That was a massive success! It was not stupid at all! Right, I'm gonna pick up my water and send him on his way. Right, so our last villager is on his way up to the top. We should be able to see him just kind of pootling along that minecart rail right there. And we are going to be funneling him into these doors up at the top. Let's see if we can just about land. Make sure that he doesn't fly off the edge. Right, okay, that's good. He's kind of arrived. And now I just need to push him in place. Let's just get rid of that slab. And that should just about... This is one of those things that's a little bit tricky. But that should do it. This thing is now completed. We have got skylight access onto the doors. These guys are now part of a village, I believe. None of them have any carrots or potatoes in their inventories yet, so they shouldn't be doing any throwing around, and they shouldn't be doing any breeding just yet. But we have ourselves a working villager breeder system. Awesome. Okay, now we just need to hook it up into like a villager transportation system so that we can actually get these guys out of here and along and actually into the trading halls that we're going to be building in this zone. But before I do any of that, I think it's probably about time we actually clear out this massive railroad that we have going through the base and also through the Nether. Yeah, otherwise I'm probably going to cheese off a handful of the hermits as well. Regarding how this thing looks, I think it's going to start looking better once we actually start getting some water streams in that move the villagers around. Right now, it does look a little bit odd, just flying up in the sky. Is it central? I really hope it's central. And there we go. Everything is gone. Right, let's pop back over to the base. We've got some serious work to do. I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of struggling with what to do with the collection system. So we're going to have the villagers are going to get pushed across here. And then I guess we'll do a bit of a turn around about now. And then we need to put them into a chamber which allows the big villagers to go upwards but the baby villagers to stay there so that they wait until they grow up and then they'll go up into the next part of the chamber, and then we need to move them across and drop them onto a minecart rail which is like one of the smart minecart rails. I don't know what I'm talking about. So this is what we have so far. We've got a water stream which takes our villagers across, and then we've got this little sign down at the bottom here. If it's a baby villager, it will land down there and just stay there. It won't be able to go up into the next section because it can't kind of bob up high enough in the water. So it'll stay down at the bottom there, it won't be drowning, but then when it turns into an adult villager, it'll go up like this into the next section and then be transported across into the minecart track. So this is where the minecart track is going to be going, and this is where we're going to be able to request the villager. Hopefully that explains what I said in the previous clip. Okay, I think we might be onto the home straight right now. If I can actually land on the platform which I want to land on. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. I forgot my glass. So this should be the minecart pickup system. If I place this in here and do that, it travels through, it will pick up a villager and then travel off. Okay, that's brilliant. So we're just going to run a redstone signal into the side of this thing that will activate the minecart and actually pick up one of the villagers that's stuck down at the bottom there. Good. Okay, that's done. That is it. This is what it looks like. It looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. Hey, we've actually made something that finally functions. Oh my word. The project that I want to work on is wheat, carrots and potatoes. Obviously those guys need it so that we can breed them up. The villagers are over there, by the way. I'm not looking at the sugarcane. But we don't have any farms for it. So I'm just going to build some tiny micro farms, one on either side of this thing. And then in the future, obviously, we're going to do the fully automated one with all of the villagers. Things are going pretty well. I've got myself 2 farms on either side of the water streams. And I just popped over here to hopefully pick up some potatoes or carrots. It doesn't look like I've left any behind. Any chance that there's any in here? I'm just looking for, like, carrots and potatoes. Seriously? Potatoes? That's good. No carrots. Oh well, we're just gonna have purely potato villagers. Right, let's see if this thing works. So, I flick the lever, and I hold down the right click button, and... I mean... I can't tell. Might have to take my particles off. I think maybe there's a chance that this is actually like a lag in the area issue. Like we might actually be generating too much lag. I mean, it is working. Like, we're getting lots and lots of potatoes, don't get me wrong. I've completely changed the design as well. But I'm fairly certain this clock is running slower than it otherwise should be. Yeah, a comparator clock is meant to sound like this. It doesn't sound like that on the Hermitcraft server. Despite my little farms not working particularly very well, we have got ourselves pretty much a full set of potatoes. So, break this glass, and I'm going to chuck all of these ones in. So all of these are going to go into these villagers. We're going to do one, or pretty much one full inventory per set of villagers, and we should see all of those have actually been picked up. And if we pop down beneath, we might begin to see some chucking going on. There we go. I just saw some potatoes being thrown. Potatoes are being thrown. Potatoes are being chucked left, right, and center. That means that these guys are happy, and they are trying their best to trade their food between one another. Okay, let's continue filling this thing up with potatoes. We're going to need tons of them. I've turned off all of the sugarcane farms, and I've also redesigned this thing once again. I can't tell if it's getting better or not, to be honest with you. I don't understand the potato situation, but either way, we're getting lots and lots of potatoes in a relatively short space of time, so I suppose I can't complain too much. I just love extreme efficiency. You guys know what I'm like. I've been seeing a lot of potato throwing, but not a lot of love hearts. There's just no love between the villagers. Absolutely none. Plenty of food sharing. Come on! You got like perfect conditions for it. Just go for it. I am a total moron though in that I've thrown in all of my potatoes, which means that I now need to find some from elsewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna get them from. Thank you to whoever built this small potato farm right here, because you have really saved my bacon. I genuinely thought we might actually not be able to do this. At least I thought I was going to have to get the potatoes from killing a whole bunch of zombies, which wouldn't have been too smart. Come on! I've put so many potatoes into this thing! So many potatoes are in there! I've pretty much used up all of my bones. That's how many potatoes I have got in the system. And we still don't have any love hearts, guys. I mean, seriously. Come on! All of them, all sets of villagers now have potatoes. I'm not missing anything here, am I? There's not a baby villager just chilling out down at the bottom? No, it doesn't seem to be. Maybe I need to increase their villager score? Maybe I need to trade with one of them. Oh, I was just about to round it up. I was just about to say, oh my, I was about to be like, oh, well, this is strange, you know, it's not working. I guess we'll catch you in the next episode. But then this little dude, a nitwit, which isn't the most useful type of villager, has fallen out. Well, it works, ladies and gentlemen. We have got ourselves a fully functioning villager breeder. I can't believe that. That's hilarious. I was literally about to be like, well, you guys are going to have to let me know down in the comment section. I have no clue what's going on. But no, it is working. I'm obviously going to need to fuel it with more potatoes. I think I'll have to do that over the next couple episodes. I kind of would like your information on why this is being a little bit on the slow side. I think it probably just needs a lot more potatoes. I think that's probably what. Oh no, it's not slow in the slightest. Whoa, look at this. Okay, fine. I take back everything that I've said. This thing is working like an absolute charm. That's amazing. The one thing that isn't particularly amazing are these things. I don't know why they're so slow. I can't fathom it. I can't work it out in my brain. You know what? I'm going to try out this one. Let's see if this one works fast. No, look. See, look. The chances of us actually getting, like, it's just... It's fast, but it could be a lot faster. And you can see that we're very rarely getting, like, the full sets of potatoes. Don't get me wrong. Like, it is quick. We're getting plenty of potatoes here, but it could be quicker. So let me know down in the comment section what I can do with this one. I think it might just be lag. I don't know where the lag's coming from, but I think it might just be server lag, unfortunately, because that's what we have to deal with when playing on a multiplayer server. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Hermitcraft. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. And as per usual, yeah, check out the latest film on the filming channel. Link will be on the end screen.